knowing that I was working for him, I had an out-of-body experience listening to his voice, and that has been Michael Jackson.
Michael.
Yes, Michael Jackson.
What did this record, has it surfaced?
No, not yet. So the estate reached out to me a few years back, I believe. Like,
woo! All right, everybody. This is your boy Maiwan at Dash Radio. I'm gonna do this justice. This introduction needs to be done properly. We got 7-time Grammy Award winning producer, singer, songwriter. I'm not even gonna throw the label rapper on you because that's the last label. Right. We got, man, instrumentalist, if I'm correct, bass player, right? Pianist, right? I'm sure you can play the guitar too. You played the horns.
I don't play the horns.
But you have, right? But you don't enjoy it.
I just don't.
I feel that. My guy, Brody Brown, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm living in sunny California. It was raining today, but
yeah, it has been raining.
Yeah.
This isn't the year for Tony Tone. And
nah.
Rain in California. It's not the year for that.
Nah, not at all.
But this is the year of Brody.
I hope so.
I really, man, it's so cool to see you. So, anyone who knows who Brody Brown is, you have been behind songs that we have all been singing. Multiple top 10 hits.
Absolutely.
And that's not an easy feat. You know what I mean? It's not easy to get to the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, it's not.
Let alone the 10.
Yeah, top 10. It's crazy, man. It's once in a lifetime thing. You know, it doesn't happen often. And somehow the universe has some favor over me, man, like for me to keep going.
No, man, you've been working. You have been working. And what's super exciting is this chapter of your career. It seems like, and I know you're still doing, you're still working with tons of artists, but you're really focused on Brody.
Focused on myself, man. Like it's been a long time coming off. I always wanted to step in front, to see what it was like. And I'm enjoying it right now. The ups and the downs,
I mean, I can't imagine what the downs are because I listened to the Kickback. The Kickback is out now, and I was just going up and up. And
good looking, bro. This is my first time ever releasing the album.
And you came correct.
Thank you.
You didn't take any shortcuts. The album sounds very cohesive.
Yeah.
I love even the features on there. You got RJ, Bino.
Absolutely.
The third artist, I forgot her name.
I am a C.
None of them felt forced. All felt very just organic. It felt good.
That's what I wanted.
And what's your favorite song on the album if you were to pick one right now?
One of my favorite songs, just one of them, because I love them all, is Rounds. I love Rounds, and I love Run It Up. Those are like up tempos, but that gets me going.
Okay, I listen. There was no wrong answer to that question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my favorite record is Girlfriend.
I love Girlfriend.
Girlfriend it was so different. Even the concept of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was so positive, it felt good. But then when
then it went left. It goes left.
When you listen to the lyrics, you're like, damn, that's kind of it's some real shit as men that we have gone through.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So man,
There's no cap. There's no cap on there.
Yeah, I feel like there's no cap on the album.
Yeah. Okay.
Because listen, Brody, you have if I had like a drink champs type podcast and we had you here for 5, 6, you know what I mean? How they had
3 hours, 4 hours, and
right?
Yeah.
There's so much we could cover.
Absolutely.
Because from Compton, right?
Absolutely.
Came up from Compton. You had, you know what I mean?
From the east side of Compton.
From the east side of Compton, bro.
Yeah,
you had
straight up.
A lot of reasons to not be here today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of trials and tribulations, but then through it all, man, so many career-defining moments.
Yeah, it's almost that. It's almost like subconsciously, that's just in me. You know what I'm saying? But how I carry myself and how I move has to be a little bit different because of where I come from. Everybody doesn't accept that in the world, and I'm here for it. Just to be positive and do what I got to do as an artist, man, as a producer, and just keep going.
Man, you have been doing what you didn't have to do this many hits, but that's one of, to me, the most interesting things about it is you look at your I'm not gonna say upbringing, but where you're from and what the general idea people have of like, oh, someone's from the east side of Compton, you know.
Yeah.
They rolled with these people. Then you look at the music, the actual songs that you have helped put out, right? Or you have been behind, have been a huge part of. I'm just gonna do like 5, right? Because we can sit here. I don't even have enough hands.
Oh man.
Grenade. Leave the Door Open.
Absolutely.
All I Ask, Adele.
Yes.
What other Bruno Mars joints? That's What I Like.
That's What I Like.
We were saying Finesse.
There's
so many of these records.
I'm Just Your Echo.
Listen, you wouldn't think one of the dudes, if not the man behind these records, is from Compton, California. Like,
it's unreal, man. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just you've had to have been there.
Man, I can't imagine what these rooms have been like. These sessions.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't have nearly enough time to cover every session.
Okay.
But I want to ask you, Brody Brown.
What's up?
What's one session that you were in that you were like, oh, this is fucking special, and you almost had like maybe like an outer body experience, like this is really happening right now?
One of them had to have been, and he's deceased right now. Rest in peace. I wasn't there with him, but knowing that I was working for him, I'm gonna say for. I'm gonna use that word. Knowing that I was working for him. I had an out of body experience listening to his voice, and that has been Michael Jackson.
Michael?
Yes, Michael Jackson.
What did this record, has it surfaced?
No, not yet. So the estate reached out to me a few years back, I believe like 2018, and they love the Bruno stuff. So they was reaching out to see who did it, and I knew a guy who knew a guy, and they asked me to do it. John McClain asked me to come through and redo some records, and I had the choice to choose what records I wanted to do.
And they gave you the stems,
and they gave me the stems of just the vocals.
Oh my God.
Unreleased music.
Unreleased Michael.
Unreleased Michael.
That's isn't that like a delicate thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was crazy that they, trusted me with that. As they should have, because I would
have trusted you with that
yeah, as they should have, but it was just crazy that I had a big responsibility, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And so those records, it sounds like they will see the light of day.
Yes.
Yes, that's super exciting. The last time I remember that happening, they entrusted a couple people, but I remember one of them being Timberland.
Yeah, Timberland, Mark Ronson.
Yeah.
Everybody has been a part of. Teddy Riley.
Yeah.
Everybody. They've called a lot of producers in to produce unreleased music.
And hey, the last round actually sounded a lot better than what I thought it would. Because anytime I think about like posthumous work or like unreleased music from a deceased artist, I'm always like, it's not going to be done right because they're not in the room.
Yeah,
but Timberland and them, I just say in them because I can't remember the list. It wasn't just him, but
right.
that body of work that had like Love Never Felt So Good
and
all that.
Yeah.
It's a great body of work.
Yeah.
So you got some, I'm sure you felt some pressure being in that room like this has to.
It was a lot of pressure, and then I wanted to do due diligence to it. I didn't want to, I wanted to be as natural as possible, sound choices and, trying to make it really sound like the 80s and all of that, They wanted a different thing, but my allegiance is to what's real.
I love that. I love that you did that. Yeah. And I'm assuming that you in the recording process, you were like, I'm gonna make sure this sounds and really feels.
Absolutely, like the '60s snare
on tape and stuff.
Yeah, he had the tape reel in there. I recorded it in Marvin's room.
Oh my God.
Yeah, where Drake did his album.
It keeps getting fucking better.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better, bro. Only thing you could say that would like, I might just rip my head off. You're like,
yeah, Marvin Gaye's.
Sade walked in the room or something.
She has been there though, but I wasn't there with it though.
Yeah, man. Well, damn, that's definitely something that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that was an out of body experience for me.
Yeah. Wow, man. Well, you are a gem. You're an absolute gem to the LA culture.
Thank you.
1500 or Nothing is a name brand in music. You know what I mean?
Tatted on my belly.
I'm gonna get that shit tatted on my face.
Yeah, it's tatted. It's tatted on my belly.
It's like a name brand now, right?
Yeah.
But you guys have been working towards this. It started in 2006.
Yeah, but I've been here since I've been a part of that since 2004.
Amazing, man.
This is when Bobby Valentino, back in the day, like when Slow Down was around. And
oh my
That was our first big, big gig. Other than that, we was just doing local churches, playing for other choirs and groups.
Yeah. Mars was Mars DJing?
No, Mars wasn't DJing. Mars was playing piano and keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys, just to see, pretty much we can sum it up to 20 years. The 20 years.
Yeah, it has been a long time.
A long time. And now, what made Brody Brown say now's the time that you want to, make yourself a household name as well?
Honestly, it just, it's levels to everything. And I want to make sure that every level I do it right. So as a musician, I did it right. So I was able to tour with top tier artists. As a songwriter, I wanted to do that right. As a producer, I want to do it right before I get to this next level. And I'm a turtle. I'm a tortoise when it comes down to everyone knowing who I am, because I take my time. I don't do everything. I do the right things. And that'll buy me time to get me as an artist, to get where I want to be as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And something I've always wanted to do while producing, while writing, and while playing for other artists. So it's like, it's time. I think it's time.
I love that you're doing it, because I think it must feel refreshing in a sense, because as a songwriter, producer, the instrumentalist, all the accolades are there,
right?
And you're in every single room that you can get into. But now as an artist, it's like a new challenge, right?
It is, man. It is. It's my baby. This is me now. This is how I'm being looked at, and so I wanted to do the best job at that too. And I finally dropped something.
And it sounds great.
Thank you, man. A lot of people were surprised because they didn't know how it was gonna come, and a lot of people. I keep saying a lot of people. 5 too many is what I'm saying. Some people think that I should have went a different route and did this, but as of right now, I'm just giving you extensions of myself.
No, I love the way it came out, because you are as LA as it gets, and it sounds like LA, sounds like home, but it also sounds like everything you've been working on. I get a little bit of
a little
Smeezingtons in there.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a little bit of all that.
Absolutely, man.
It really sounded great. I probably went through the project 3 times front to back. I want to say Girlfriend, and was it How It Could Have Been?
How It Could Have Been.
How It Could Have Been are the 2 that really stood out for me. But there wasn't, I promise you, I'm not just saying this, there wasn't any record that I was like, what's happening right now? And I had to hit next. Like,
wow.
Very cohesive.
Thank you, man, because I worked hard to make sure I did that for the culture of Los Angeles, especially, you know what I'm saying? I got the artist on there. Some artists is not on there anymore, but it might be on the deluxe. But I want to make sure that it was a prime. I want to make sure that it sounded good. That's my whole thing. I just want it to sound good. You know what I'm saying? The wordplay and this and that, So thank you, man, because that was my motivation, is to do it for L.A.
And you did it. It sounds like L.A.
Thank you.
Even
man.
when the way you flipped the same record that Luna's flipped. I'm trying to remember the original of it.
5 on it.
Yeah. The even this, it just feels like home, man.
Yeah.
Feels real good. So I want to give you a gift. I give every artist a CD from my CD collection. This was a CD I gave out recently, and I got a new one because I was like, I know I'm gonna give this up again. This is a real. It's like an undiscovered gem in LA. I think a lot of people don't know about this album. A lot of people don't hear about this album. It's rarely spoken about. If you actually reach like underneath your desk, like right here, like right underneath there to the left, you'll feel a CD.
Oh, wow.
You feel that? Let me know if you've ever heard this or if you've ever rocked with this.
What?
That is the Dr. Dre Presents the Aftermath.
I've never heard this.
And that's why I had to give this to you, because I feel like you are undiscovered. Like, you also are a gem in LA that a lot of people have overlooked. This is Dre's album after The Chronic, before 2001.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so before he really got into branding Aftermath. He made the CD called Dre Presents the Aftermath.
This is what I miss, bro. I miss where you can take out the credits, where you can take out the booklet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it later because it's acting crazy, but Hold on.
No, you got it. We'll grab that. We'll grab that.
This is crazy, bro.
Yeah. You know, as a kid, I used to take out the credits on every CD, and that's how I discovered that Jay-Z wrote.
Oh, it's sticking. Ooh.
Oh, it's sticking. It's been there for a minute. That's how I discovered that Jay-Z wrote, what's it called? Still Dre.
For the Chronic.
I remember seeing in parentheses S. Carter, and I was like, I've seen the same name on all these Jay-Z albums. No, you're good, but you see how this was this was a real undiscovered gem in LA. He has a record on there with, I want to say it's KRS-One, Be Real, Nas, and RBX.
I love RBX. You know that.
RBX, man, RBX crazy. A lot of this is it's
Blunt Time.
It's Blunt Time. Roll out them Phillies. I used to love this album. You know what songs on there you might know? Been There, Done That.
I gotta listen to it, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I wanted to give you that. That is a very rare Dr. Dre album that never gets spoke about. People always say he did The Chronic, and then he did 2001. But a lot of people just, I don't know why, it's never discussed. This album is rarely discussed.
Man, thank you, man, because I'm going to read all the credits when I get to the house.
Yeah. You know what's cool about it, too? Let me just show you one thing. This is the first time I had noticed this. You know, Dre's always been known as a composer, more than a producer, in the sense that, like, Scott Storch is the one on the keys, but then Dre makes it sound the way it's supposed to sound.
Of course.
In this project, he actually shouts them all out. He calls them the Soul Kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Calls them the Soul Kitchen. And Dre to me, it was the first time you see it really acknowledged and out in the forefront, where Dre were like, these are the young producers who really scoped all these sounds. And then, you know, Dre's the best composer in hip hop. So
this is amazing. And you know what? He's my favorite.
Dre?
Yeah. Quincy Jones, Dr. Dre.
And it's funny how Quincy is Dre's like biggest inspiration.
Yeah, those two right there, man. Not like that. I mean, I love everybody. You know, everybody's crazy, but those two right there really inspired me sonically. You know, to get my shit together.
Oh man, you definitely fall in that line of just greatness.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. It was crazy to think that coming from Compton, you have created records that resonate in. I can name any country in the fucking world right now. But what's one of the craziest places you got to travel to and perform?
One of the craziest places, I have to been like Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Australia, like Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, even New Zealand, you know, at the festivals and things like that. Like, but I've been all over the place. I haven't been nowhere like crazy, because every time I have gone out, it's only been to work, never to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy working, so that's what I get out of it. You know, like waking up not knowing what city you in.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Cairo or like Kuwait or something.
Oh no. You know what? I've never been to Kuwait or Abu Dhabi. Yeah, I've never been over there.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I would imagine from between the work with being on tour or on shows with Jay or Bruno.
Oh no.
Soon come.
Yeah, soon come. Please invite me over there.
So I gotta ask about how surreal this must feel, or just it must feel interesting, because being an instrumentalist going on tour, 1500 or Nothing is a band for some of the biggest tours and acts, really, of our generation.
And we just did Beyonce in Dubai,
Christ.
I believe. You know, I didn't go, but some of the guys went.
You've had some moments where you're in front of enormous crowds.
Absolutely.
Stadiums, right?
Yeah.
But Brody Brown, when you come out as the main act, it's different, right?
It's a little different.
Do you enjoy that at all? I can imagine it's kind of cool. It's just different.
I mean, again, behind closed doors, you never know what people do, right? So behind closed doors, I already feel like I'm ready. You know, like regardless of what I've done as an artist, I just always feel like just put me on stage. You know, it has been different because of my positioning. But I mean, I got some of the best guys behind me. You know, my team is good. We are professionals. We know what we're doing. And I've been enjoying this.
I can just imagine it has to feel refreshing, you know, like Michael Jordan after 96. I think one of the reasons he said he was retiring was that he kept winning the championships. You know what I mean? He wanted not to lose, but he wanted to face that uphill battle again. So for you, this must feel that like refreshing feeling, like when you were first a songwriter, producer, trying to get placements.
I'm at square one again.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're still banging out these future hits and classics.
I hope so.
On that side, right?
Yeah, I'm up against a lot of competition out here.
Nah, bro, there's no competition, Brody. Come on,
It's,
man.
you know, whoever is my comp, I want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, how do you go about picking? So you know, the Kickback was what, I think 10, 11 records.
10 records.
10 records. So how do you go about saying, you know what, I'm gonna keep these records for Brody Brown versus saying like, I'm gonna send this one out?
Well, you know, I've been trained just as a songwriter, to write. And, you know, it might be 3,000 songs that you've written and only 30 of them people will ever hear. So what I do is I don't go in doing a whole lot of songs. You know, I believe in quality.
I love that.
Versus quantity. So like the 10 records you've heard were the only 10 I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And did you made those with the intention of these are my records,
these
on
are
my album?
all intentional.
Oh, okay. Because I always imagine, and I'm obviously wrong in this situation,
right.
But I always imagine for some producers, it's like, okay, well, I've cut 200 songs and I got 20 of them placed, so now I'm gonna pick from these other 180 and put out a project. But this was intentional.
Everything was intentional, man. Like even the name of the album, the Kickback. You know, my next album is called Weekend at Brody's.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So you heard it first right here.
Weekend at Brody's.
Weekend at Brody's, man. And the next one is, I don't want to give it away.
Damn, you're already 2 albums ahead.
Yeah.
Wow. Now,
I don't want to give it away.
Oh, no, we got to stay on the Kickback for right now. It's it's too monumental, and it's to me it's so crazy and so inspiring for me to see somebody say, I want another challenge. Because you don't have to. You could kick it. Brody could kick it.
I can kick back.
You can absolutely kick back between Silk Sonic, between Bruno, between fucking getting a placement on Adele's 25.
I mean, Ed Sheeran, Lucas Graham, Snoop Dogg, Game,
oh my God.
CeeLo Green.
The Fuck You record.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about the Fuck You record in particular?
Go ahead.
When you guys did Fuck You, did you guys know, like right when the record was cut, did you, Bruno, Phil, everybody, did you guys look at each other like, oh shit, we just did something crazy?
I mean, you know, I was high. You know, I was smoking weed and I was young then. You know, Bruno and Phil probably knew, but I was just doing my shit. I was just saying, I'm here, let's do some shit. You know,
I felt like I can almost remember the first time I heard that.
I was high all the time.
Yeah. Hey, as you should be, man. But
off of marijuana.
Yeah. I'm glad you clarified that. Yeah. So it didn't resonate in the moment, because that was a fucking ginormous record. That's a huge record.
Well, when Bruno, Phil, and Ari writes and produces, they already, again, like me and Bruno and Phil used to write together before Atlantic, before Bruno got signed and like all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we was signed to the same publishers at one point. So the way we were taught, it was almost like, again, intentional. Every song is intentional. Like the phrase that pays, the melody. You know what I'm saying? You can't write a good song without, you know, the phrases and a good melody. And that's what it was just like, oh, okay, we'll do that. And then dun, 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 dun. Bruno already had it laid out.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's his thing. He's gonna come with the blueprint all the time, even with the chords, even the chords. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a maniac. Absolutely.
Bruno's another gem of our generation that I'm glad to be consuming music in Bruno's time era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
All you guys.
It's a pleasure to even, you know, be in a room with these people. Even though I've been knowing Bruno for a while, but to see him still, like,
push the creative boundaries and stuff. When I first had caught wind that him and Anderson were doing music, that was the most excited I had been about anything musically in a long time.
Yeah, those guys are great.
I was like, oh my God, thank you. It's one of those like spiritual moments.
They crazy.
They're absolutely crazy. Those sessions must have been. Because that was kind of done like a band, or it was, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't make all of the sessions because then I was working on my album. So I only did two. I worked on 2 records on the album, 777 and Leave the Door Open.
Damn, 2 of the ones. 2 of the ones.
But D Mile though.
D Mile.
Yeah, D Mile. He's the brain surgeon.
Oh, I didn't even catch wind of that. I love D Mile because he did India Shawn.
Exactly. India Shawn is the homegirl. You know what I'm saying? So like he was brought in. The narrative says it happened some other way, but I'm gonna speak my truth. And because I was working on my album, there's police everywhere. Because I was working on my album, I couldn't be there with Bruno, putting my little 2 cents in. You know what I'm saying? So I DM'd him. I just listened to a Lucky Day album. My baby mama put me on a Lucky Day album. And I was like, who is producing this? Mind you, it was D Mile. So, and I've been knowing D Mile for years, like, Dream and Tricky, and when he was doing stuff with Diggy Simmons and Atlantic back in the day. And so I was like, bro, this the guy you need to have come in. And then next thing you know, they did the whole album. D Mile did the whole album, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
man,
it's crazy.
It was meant to be. It was meant, like, your absence was filled appropriately.
Yeah, because it was like, yo, if somebody's gonna fill my seat or whatever I need to do, it should be him.
Yeah, and he is a monster.
Yeah, and he overdoes it. You know what I'm saying? He's an overachiever. You know
Absolutely. Man, he had that. I'm a huge fangirl of India Shawn, so when you said D Mile, I just got excited.
Oh, yeah.
That Cali Love record that they did together.
Oh, it's amazing.
My soundtrack of 2022.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so,
they're both amazing.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm just honored to be in this time frame where I get to hear this music as it comes out.
Man.
But you work with Bruno. We went through the names. I got to ask a particular question. How does Brody Brown get through a session with an artist you might not enjoy, or an artist who isn't as talented in your ears? Do you just walk out, or you complete everything? What's your
I finish,
process?
man. I finish. Nobody would not know that I don't like him. I mean, you can call me fake, but you'll never know that I don't like you.
I don't think that's being fake. I actually think you're trying to make the best art that you can.
Yeah, it's not like that. I got kids, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't have time to be whimpering. Oh, I don't like him. I don't like her. Now let's get the job done. We've been through a lot worse. Remember doing music in our kitchen, and now we have speakers and a studio and an SSL board and an engineer and a budget to eat, and you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get through this shit.
Okay, because I've had to,
no complaints.
Okay, because I've ran sessions before where between the beat and the artist and the melodies, I'm like, this is trash. But obviously, it's all subjective, right? It's all like what you think. So I was wondering, having worked at the highest levels, if there's ever moments where you're like, bro, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Absolutely. It's been plenty of times where I have to go to the restroom and never return.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But everybody uses that trick. So.
Yeah, of course. Remember when Rick Ross did that?
I just seen Rick Ross do that. Yeah.
85 South Show.
Yeah, but I've been doing that.
Yeah, you've been doing that.
Yeah. It's been years.
Because I can imagine, bro, sometimes, we're all different in what we like. Like, I personally, for example, love Stevie Wonder. I drove in this morning listening to Wham. Like, I love George Michael. So sometimes, like, what I don't like, it's not that it's bad. It's just not my vibe. And so I applaud you for carrying that positive energy through
Absolutely,
a bad
man.
session.
Yeah. Quincy said it's only 2 types of songs. It's good and bad songs. Prince also said, no matter if it's bad, finish it. Period.
Was there any record that made it? It doesn't have to be one of the top 10 joints, but one of the bigger ones that when you cut the record, you didn't think it was gonna be big?
No, because I was never how can I say it? I was never involved in like the finishing process. You know, I don't want to say never, but it was some songs that I just would do like a few sessions on, and I wouldn't be there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I would do my part, and I'd be elsewhere in the world doing something else. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as I've been with Bruno or anybody else, 1500 or nothing, it's a lot of times that, you know, I'm not a part of songs. It's been a whole album of time that I haven't been a part of nothing. You know, so, but if I am doing it, I'm always doing it in good faith, whatever I do.
Okay, but there was never a time where like a record got cut and you're like, that was cool, but then it ended up being like a top 10 and you're like, damn, I didn't realize that was gonna be.
Not that I can think of.
That's great, man. You really got a great outlook on music and making it.
I've been doing it since I was a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
So this is all I have. You know, I don't work on cars. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to change oil. I don't know how to do none of this shit. I only know how to do music. Period. And raise my kids.
And you do a great job. I don't know how good of I mean, I have no insight on you as a father, but if you're nearly as good of a father as you are a producer, you're doing a great job with the kids.
You let my baby mamas tell that side, and then I got my side. I got my truth.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. But no, man. And speaking of that, Pops, right, was I'm gonna fuck this name up. Worked with Coolio.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
How do I say the artist name again?
Julio.
No, your Pops. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, my dad.
What was his artist name again? I'm trying to remember.
He didn't have one. If anything, he only went by Block.
Okay, it was
Yeah,
Block. Okay,
yeah,
I know so you were around music growing up as a kid.
Yeah, I had both sides. I had, you know, the church side, and then my daddy was working with Coolio. You know what I'm saying? He was writing for Coolio back in the day. So like, it's in me.
It's almost like you're a perfect blend of those two as well.
Yeah.
You got the instrumentalist side of the you know, high level production from the church side.
Exactly.
Then, you know, you're from Compton and you've written some records like from the pop side.
Exactly. My pops is cold too.
Damn, was he any chance he was involved in Gangsta Paradise?
No, he wasn't involved in Gangsta's Paradise. No, he wasn't.
That's always the Coolio song I think of.
Yeah, that's his one. That and Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah. I thought about giving you the Dangerous Mind soundtrack.
This is good.
Just because Coolio, but I was like, nah, I'm going to give him that rare.
I love the Dangerous Mind movie, though.
Yeah. That was a great fucking movie.
Yeah, that was featuring LV, I think, on
the hook.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's right. That's crazy.
Absolutely. So, Brody Brown, the Kickback is out now.
The Kickback is out now.
If somebody only has a chance or opportunity to listen to one song on the album, what song do you want them to listen to?
I mean, since the summertime is coming up, are you just saying what song that I think off the Kickback would just last?
No, like let's say somebody
just made it my own
after
question.
watching this. No, let's say this. I'm just gonna cut to your camera, cut back and forth. No, but let's say somebody only has time to listen to one song on the Kickback. What song do you want them to listen to?
Go listen to Eyes on Me.
Okay.
Listen to Eyes on Me. It was done right. I believe it was done right.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And not to speak it from like a scientific standpoint, because if you don't like the records, you don't like the records, but it's good.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Quality.
You know, it's like good. For you not to know who the fuck I am, go listen to Eyes on Me off the Kickback right now.
Absolutely, man. No, it definitely is one of the ones. For me, I just love the contrast on Girlfriend, how good the record feels versus when you realize what the record's about. You're like, oh, this feels really good, but I feel bad. Like, you start thinking about moments where you made these decisions.
Absolutely. And I had to talk about them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But some of the stuff, some of the records that I write are visualized. You know, some of it. I'm a songwriter. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna always write things that I go through. I'm gonna try to make up a scenario to make somebody happy, to make up a scenario to make somebody sad. You know what I'm saying? Because these are all feelings that we all need to feel in order to feel human.
Absolutely.
So it's the humane fact of making sure that I hit every cylinder of emotion when I'm writing, you know, because if I wrote about my life, whew, it'd be tough.
It would sound way different.
Yeah, it sound way different.
Yeah.
But these are some things that I've gone through.
Well, no, and I think music is always supposed to be that way. You know, it's art at the end of the day. Imagine if every actor could only play a character that was like who they actually were.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get some great art, you know, in film. So in music, I think it's supposed to be like you're interpreting a situation.
That somebody else might have been through.
Yeah, Jay even said Reasonable Doubt. Jay-Z was saying that was really him rapping about him, Damon Biggs, and everything they had all kind of done collectively.
Right.
So we need that. We need that. Now, I need to know some bucket list artists that Brody Brown still wants to get in the studio with.
I want to work with Ari Lennox.
That one can happen for sure. I thought you were going to hit me with some over the head, like, that's going to be tough. Ari, come on. If we get this clip, I'm sending this to all the homies at Dreamville.
Dreamville. Shout out to Dreamville, you know what I'm saying? My boy Kaz, you know what I'm saying? Ari Lennox. I love Lucky Day, man, but some things I just don't want to touch because it's already great.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be in, if anything, I just want to see how they work or whatnot. But
like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a fan of music, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if people are, you know, fans of what I do. I love it all, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to listen to your stuff, Flair, you know what I'm saying? But
what about some more of these bucket list artists?
My bucket list artists, I don't know. It's too many of them, man. Like Quincy Jones. I need to see and talk to him, man. I know the days are getting late.
No, I don't. Oh man, I'm cutting that part out.
I know.
Quincy's gonna live forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, I hope he does.
Yeah, but no, you're right. He's. You know, have you watched?
He's 95.
Oh, have you watched the documentary?
I want to meet him. Yeah, no, that's my top. That's what I watch weekly, monthly, whatever the fuck you want to say.
That motherfucker was catching rats and eating rats in the 30s.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Fucking wild.
Ice picked in the forehead.
Absolute survivor.
Yeah.
Absolute survivor.
I mean, in the temple.
Quincy,
yeah.
I could see
Come on,
you.
bro, and survived.
I could see you and Quincy really. I think he would have a good time too.
He's a Pisces. I'm a Pisces.
Okay, when that happens, when Brody Brown and Quincy Jones are in the studio, I'm gonna cut this clip and send it to you.
Please do.
And then Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox. It was a random, but that's somebody who I love, and I love her her style of music.
And I think
her voice is natural.
Yeah, and she's just looking to enjoy herself. You know,
Jasmine Sullivan.
That'd be beautiful.
You know, it just. It's endless. I want to work with everybody, but you know, I may not never get a chance.
You got plenty of time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So Brody Brown, the Kickback is out now. You said Weekend at Brody's.
That's coming next. That's coming in June.
Oh, this is mapped out.
Yeah, that's coming in June.
Mapped out.
Yeah.
Now this is gonna be, as you know, it's gonna be a challenge to dominate again in this arena of being an artist.
Yeah.
Are you excited for this challenge of doing smaller shows of you know what I mean, going around yourself and talking to people?
Yeah, I am excited for it. More so grateful that I'm able to do it still. You know, no matter what arena it's in, I can do it in that smoke shop across the street. You know what I'm saying? No matter. I want to kill and murder the stage wherever I go.
I love that, man.
It doesn't matter if it's in the bathroom. It don't matter if it's at the park. You know, me and my band are coming for you.
I love that. Brody Brown.
Up.
Look, I work with a collective of artists, producers, singers, all around. We're called Something Dope for the People. Nice. I wanted to see if you can give a message to up-and-coming, aspiring artists. We get about 200 to 300 people to line up every week to try to perform on stage. Only about 15 to 20 get to hit the stage. It's like a raffle. And it's always so inspiring to me to see these young artists who just want to get it, you know?
Right.
What message do you have to an aspiring artist who might feel stuck right now to try to get themselves in a better position?
what I'm going to say might be easier said than done. However, get rid of the bubble guts. You have to go out here and kill what you eat and believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, keep doing what you're doing. There's been plenty of times where I've been told, like, I'm not an artist. There's been plenty of times where I've been told that someone was better than me, and here I am still thriving. So take it from me. Don't let these words steal your joy. You know, just keep going no matter what. If you love it, let it love you, period.
That was a bar. If you love it, let it love you.
Absolutely.
Okay, Brody Brown, man, you're an absolute gem. You've been a gem to our generation for generations to come. And on that note, 1500 Nothing Academy.
Yes, it's wide open.
Inspiring. You know how, do you realize there's going to be another Brody Brown in 20, 30 years that you are responsible for?
No, I don't realize that yet.
You know it's going to happen though, right?
I know it's happening.
It's like I did an interview with Blue Bucks.
Oh, the Blue Bucks Clan, yeah.
And they were both part of Snoop Dogg's youth football league.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy to think? I can't remember which one. I think it might have been DJ had said, he's like, yeah, I don't know 100% if I would be here today if it wasn't for the opportunity that league gave me to get out of certain situations.
Yeah.
And you're providing that.
Yes, sir.
With the academy.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible,
and
man.
I'm just playing my part, y'all. You know, it takes a team to get all of this done. And
absolutely.
And Lawrence and James and Uncle Chuck, rest in peace, Mars, Bam Alexander, Alexandria, Jay Black, you know, the list goes on.
Listen, whether 100 people see this or 1 million people, I want to give my appreciation to you, the entire 1500 and Nothing camp.
Wow.
I was interning for DJ Ski when I was about 18, 19. Right. And I remember Mars, and I remember seeing Mars. Mars is one of the coolest dudes, too, super nice dude. Seeing that talent and realizing that there was a different level of talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hoping and wishing that it would materialize for all of you guys. Not only did it materialize, but you guys are giving back while you're in your prime.
Absolutely,
it's
man.
fucking amazing, man.
Thank you.
It's amazing, man.
Thank you.
So I got not necessarily a challenge. We'll see how this turns out. You said you've been making music since you were a kid, right?
Very young.
You've been playing piano since you were a kid?
Yeah, I started off with drums.
Okay. Yeah. And you can, if I'm correct, I know you can read music now, but originally you weren't reading music. You would just hear something and kind of.
I still can't read music.
You still can't read music?
No. I know every good boy does fine and FACE, like the whatever it is, but I don't read music. I write it.
Okay. Oh, that's another bar. God damn, I don't read music, I write it.
Yeah.
That's like Diddy. Like, don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks.
Yeah,
like
period.
Damn. Okay, so I got an instrument.
Okay.
If you don't mind me pulling the instrument out.
What kind of instruments you got?
I'm gonna show you. And like you said, you've been making music since you were a kid.
Right.
So I want to see if you can maybe recreate one of your songs, just the keys or something.
All right.
I
never done this before.
Emphasis on you've been making music since you were a kid.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I think so.
We got this.
Oh, nice.
We got this. What is this? Yourtronics from Snoop Dogg's storage closet.
What?
And I've been waiting to do something with it.
Look, it says Bass Dog. Oh, wow. Oh, does it work?
Oh yeah, it works. I'll run up the volume. I'm a direction the mic towards it.
What song you want me to redo over?
What about Fuck You?
I don't know about that one. You know what? Let me see what's going on. How can I okay. There we go. Let's see. So how you do the tempo?
Oh, okay. So once you can pick, for example, like a drum pattern.
There you go. It's perfect.
And you can up or lower the tempo there. You can switch the sound here of the keys.
Oh, so it's always an F. What song is in F? I'll catch a grenade for you. Gonna play for you. Running from the train for you. Yeah, man, you know this is crazy. Or you be like,
Yo, he did. Okay. You approved yourself. Not that you had to prove yourself or there was anything I needed to know.
I mean, all of them was in the wrong key, so I had to force myself to play them in that key. But
so everyone understands what this man was working with. This is a Yortronics keyboard from one of Snoop Dogg's children.
It only plays an F.
Yeah, only plays an F. Yeah. The damn batteries are taped on.
Oh, wow.
This shit is real old. I just wanted to mess around and see what you would do on that. Yeah. And listen, I've been impressed with you and your journey and your career.
Thank you, man.
And you continue to do that. So very, very excited to see what this chapter of Brody Brown's career and life just has in store.
Thank you, man.
I applaud you for taking on the challenge of being a solo artist, being the act. You know, it's not like a easy thing for anyone to do, but if anyone can do it, it's definitely you, and you're doing it.
Thank you.
You're doing it.
Thank you. I'm building up the courage. You know,
man, you listen,
trying
man.
to build up the courage.
You have been killing it for well over a decade, and I'm really excited to see what this next decade has in store. So this is Brody Brown. I wasn't say Brody Brown of 1500 or nothing. I'm gonna say one of the founders of 1500 or nothing.
Oh man, nah, I'm none of that.
It's fucking Brody motherfucking Brown. Check him out. Definitely go do your research if you don't know who Brody Brown is, because you're gonna have your eyes open like, oh shit.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go old school. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Brody BFF, on Twitter at Brody the Great. That's GR8, the letter 8. Brody the Great.
And you will definitely be able to hear his music on Dash Radio. I'm gonna be sending the records to the programmers, and I don't know why they wouldn't be having it on air.
Thank you, Dash.
Man, of course, Brody. Thank you so much for rolling through. Like I said, just absolute gem for this generation and for generations to come.
Thank you.
Brody Brown.
Appreciate y'all.
The Kickback is out now. Woo! Boom.